Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Triangle Strategy. Last time we left off, we went to go get a dress made in the Rosellan village. So, Roland comes to Rosellan village bearing a proposal for Serenoa. Yeah, our wedding's gonna be postponed because we got some stuff going on at the mining area, and we're probably gonna have to stop an assassination attempt. But let's go back here to the camp, because I do believe I have enough money to upgrade Gila like I wanted to do. So, we needed... Oh, are you sold out of the stone that I need? I think you are. Because I need a little bit more stone to upgrade Gila. Right? Yeah, I need 2, and you're sold out. Well, that is very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. Well, I should probably buy... Maybe I should buy some more HP recovery pellets. I only have 5. Kind of more interested in just buying all of these things, though. Since they have a stock that probably gets refreshed at certain points. So let's buy some iron and some timber. Cool. And no more mock battles, right? Ooh, okay. Combating mages. Awesome. This is good. Magic users can strike from a distance and are feared on the battlefield. Their area attacks can also deal damage to multiple targets, so positioning is vital when fighting them. This is true. You do not want to, box yourself around them or anything, because they will bop you. Well, this is a good opportunity for me to level up some of my other characters. So, Benedict can stay out of this fight. I will not deploy you. You two are very high level. Serenoa is definitely in. Gila's definitely in. Frederica. Probably want to bring in Rudolph, but the other thing about Rudolph is your traps won't be super useful here. Let's drop you to... Anna's too good, though. I definitely want you.
With pleasure.
Eridor is just too good. So that's 4. I can have 6. So I bring in Rudolph and maybe Roland. High mobility units will be useful here. Like Huette's just way too high leveled now, and yeah, Benedict leveled up a lot because of how long he survived in that last fight. I definitely want Roland, and I think I'm gonna do Rudolph. This level recommends level 4, so I think it'll be fine. Like I said, I mostly want high mobility units so that we can kind of run around and avoid the big AoE damage. So you two get right there. Alright, I think this is a good way to handle it. Let's split up even a little bit more, actually. Yeah. Alright, let's begin the battle. They're just mages. They can't be that hard, right? Alright, let's see. So, are some of them healers, or... I see 3 attackers and possibly 2 healers. The plus and minus buttons. You can use the following shortcut buttons to accelerate the pace of battle. Move to the currently selected space and end your turn. Minus button is use quietus. Yeah, we do have those, don't we? So, move to the currently selected space and end your turn. You can use the quietus via the battle menu. Note that you must have enough quietus points in order to use one, and each quietus may only be used once per battle. So I could send Roland in here. But if I did... Roland would probably get bopped by all of you. Okay, so yeah, we got 2 healers and 3 battle mages. Interesting. So if I moved all the way up here, I could get an attack on you, but as you can see, everyone could hit me. Yeah, see, I don't like the looks of that. But you can reach me anyway. So maybe I just come over here and lance you anyway. Next person to go is that healer. Let's just do it. A little bit of XP for Roland. The healer's going next.
From where shall
you
we
chose
strike?
Not to do anything. Interesting. So yeah, so let's do this thing. I wanna get this in my head. So if we move there, if we press plus, yeah, we can just move and end our turn automatically. Alright, so stay split up here. Let's put a steel trap right here, why don't we?
Might use this.
I really like the traps, specifically because it can waste their turn. It's very, very powerful if you place them in the right locations. Okay, you move right there. Ooh, and raise my movement. Yeah, let's do that.
Push on through!
This way you can get across the battlefield. Having something that increases your movement is very helpful. I just haven't needed to use it that much in the current battles. Okay, you're going after Rudolph. That's fine. 40 damage is a lot.
Let me heal your wounds.
Cure wounds. Can't quite reach anyone. I wonder, can I cure myself and get XP for it, even though I didn't heal anything?
Be at ease.
Does it still give you XP? It does. Okay, so just casting the spell gives you XP. So I don't even have to actually be healing any. Because in some games, like, you don't actually get anything unless you actually do something. So just healing a full health target didn't give you experience. I think Luminous Arc worked that way. But yeah. In this, I can just heal a full health target and it's fine. Owie.
Allow me.
Okay, let's move you right here. You can reach that mage and hit them. Two of them are resistant to fire. That's something I could have looked at before the battle started and been a bit more prepared for. So far, this battle isn't so bad, though. Oh, that reminds me. Shit, I should Flame Shield Eridor. That would be amazing. Why didn't that mage attack? Haha, dork.
For victory!
Eat it, nerd. Let's double thrust this idiot right here.
Brace yourself!
Yeah, I need to Flame Shield Eridor. That'll be very, very useful.
Forward!
Flame Shield on Eridor will actually be busted because I could then provoke them and they would have to hit me, basically. Let's do a delaying strike. Your turn comes sooner, but let's hit you, just because I get
I'll make this quick.
the combo attack out of it.
What have we here?
Boom.
To lead, I must grow.
Good shit, Serenoa. Finally, you're leveling up,
Let's
friend.
go then.
Okay, you go soon. Can I reach you? I can. Straight shot. Physical damage to a single enemy. So what's the difference? It just does more damage? Yes, it just does more damage. Alright, well, yeah, I'm really liking Rudolph, actually. The traps are fun.
That's it!
They really lean into the kind of stuff that I like. So, I'm pretty into that. Okay, you guys are gonna get a team attack by whacking me with your books and staves.
I'll take you on!
Alright, let's get over here and provoke some dorks.
Come and get me!
I could have attacked. Maybe that would have been better, but I want to try this Flame Shield
This
thing
calls
out.
for a drink.
Steel back.
Shall we begin?
Gila, you can heal our good friend Rudolph here.
Be at ease.
Good stuff.
That's a help.
Keeping you alive. Alright, this fight was very manageable.
This can't be!
Mostly because these enemies do like nothing.
I fight for peace.
Steel back, was that your passive? Does that mean you take less damage from back attacks? No way. Oh, yes, that's so good. That's so good, especially since you're my tank. Okay, let's use this Flame Shield on you then. Right there, on you. So let's see how that
protect
works.
You.
That'll do!
If they actually hit me with fire, that is. Instead of just with their book. Okay, they're just gonna hit me with their book,
Thought
because
you
they're like...
had me. Not even a scratch.
Ooh,
My turn.
wait, is it any damage? I thought it was just fire damage. Let's look at this again. Raise an ally's fire resistance and grant them the ability to counter fire attacks. That wasn't a fire attack, right, though? That was just a... huh. There's the Tome of Glimbrook. Is it fire elemental, basically? It says counter fire attacks, not counter with fire attacks. So I'm a little weirded out there. A little bit confused. Okay, I would have liked to use Rush here. But double thrust will finish it.
My lance strikes true!
Boom.
Hello, me!
Bang. There we go. Pursuit stance, doing extra damage with those follow-up attacks. Good shit, Serenoa.
Defeat is not an option.
Okay. Ooh, here we go. This is the perfect spot, right here. And your turn's coming up. We'll delaying strike you,
I'll make
although
this
we didn't
quick.
need to, because it looks like you're gonna die.
Have another!
Boom. Good stuff. Good
To
stuff.
work.
All right, we need to... I'll set down a trap on this square. I don't know if
This'll
my
be
own
fun.
allies can walk onto my traps or not. I hope not. I just really like the idea of trapping up the battlefield like that. It's a fun one. Haha, doofus.
Shall we begin?
Awesome. Love to see it. Having,
Allow
like, the
me.
traps that, like, end a unit's turn are
Cheers.
so good. Ikenfell had those, and God, I
I'll
loved
take
them
you
so
on.
much. Okay, you just move right there, and reprovoke
I'll
just
be
for
your
XP.
shield.
There we are.
I fight for
Stuff.
peace.
And I could take this opportunity to just kind of try to level my characters up a little bit, which, yeah, I think we can do. Like, I can whack you with a Tome of Fire. It won't do a lot of damage, but it'll give you some XP.
We will make our
Attack from a
ideas
safe zone.
reality.
What does that mean? Does that mean because the enemies are taunted, so Frederica cannot be hit here? Very
Thought you
adorable.
had me. The hell?
There we go, perform a counterattack.
My turn.
Okay, and you even get a little bit of XP for that as well. Well, there's nothing really for you to do, unfortunately, Roland.
From where shall we strike?
We can back attack this dork.
Ha!
This is going to nearly kill you.
Why don't you?
Okay, I would like to
Good
give
work.
the kill to Rudolph here, so that you can get the boosted XP from it.
Gotcha.
Alright, this is going well. This is definitely going well. Those story battles are just so much harder because they throw so many enemies at
Ah, not quite.
It's pretty
Not even a
ridiculous.
scratch.
Shall we
you.
begin?
Okay, so yeah, that flame shield seems to just be like, no. The description seems a little weird for that one. Because it specifically says, raise an ally's fire resistance and grant them the ability to counter fire attacks. Not grant them the ability to counter with fire attacks. I don't know if that's just a typo or these people's like books are, you know, fire elemental. I'm not sure. But whatever.
Your wounds are healed.
I should just be curing wounds every single turn with Gila, even if everyone's full health, just for the XP.
Allow me.
Okay, I could kill you here, probably. Yeah, sure. We'll just go ahead and end the fight. No point extending it
Die
anymore.
already.
There we go. We got quite a few kudos from that as well. You'll like to see it. I'm glad I figured out what was going on with the incredibly fast movement in combat. I didn't realize that was an option I had turned on. I thought I only turned on, like, text speed. But it's good that we dealt with that, so. Don't be a stranger. Alright, so we got... What was that, 2 iron for that? So I can probably upgrade somebody, right? Who needs iron? You do, Roland. But we need 500 money. Yeah. And yeah, I could upgrade you to Eridor, which would probably be a good idea since I use you so much. Alright, but that's unfortunately all we can do now. Oh yeah, I didn't use one of my quietest things. I should have. Ooh, more stuff here. Alright, Records of the Salt Iron War. I will take it. Gimme gimme. Secret Tactics. Scroll left by the legendary strategist Balka. Okay. So, let's go ahead and look at those. Notes. There they are. Alright, so before we had the Scroll of Heaven, Cavalry and Hawk Riders know their spear and mobility, move freely across the battlefield, venturing too far, just staying close to the main force, yeah. Archers and Arcanists attack from afar. Their objective is to wear down the enemy from a distance before the infantry move in to strike. This strategy is the best at mitigating casualties. Fortunately, Arcanists tend to move slowly and have difficulty casting spells in succession. This has led to many a commander to instruct infantry to move in first and weaken the enemy so that archers and arcanists may then deal the felling blow. This tactic, however, incurs great damages to the front lines. It is advised that commanders allow archers and arcanists to prepare before sending out the vanguard. Advancing is not the same as attacking. Patience can be the key to victory. One must also be aware of the position of their archers. Arrows are easy to avoid if shot from the front. Loosing them from a higher elevation increases their range and impact. The opposite is true of lower elevations. An archer's position greatly affects the power of one's forces. A diagonal shot is more likely to strike true. He who has the high ground has the advantage. Yep. Furthermore, magic spells are each tied to an element and their power varies by opponent. Choose which spell to cast carefully. Magic stones, each imbued with an element, have the same effect as spells. With these in hand, any soldier can play the role of an arcanist. Use them well to reduce the burden on your spellcasters and the diversity of your tactics. Shield bearers and healers are key elements to a solid defense, but are unexpectedly difficult to use. Many commanders have failed to leverage them wisely on the field of battle. Shield bearers excel in defense and are generally placed near the main force or its leaders to prevent sieges and flank attacks. Many of these units can push back enemies with their shields, which is particularly useful when facing stronger foes. Shield bearers are an essential unit to have when up against a rivaling general. Relentless attacks have costed me victory, but solid defenses never have. Only a fool attacks first and protects themselves later. A good defense must come before a good offense. Healers are units that can cure their injured allies. Most commanders therefore wish to keep them at the rear of the main force, but enemy attacks can usually reach anywhere healing magic can. In general, healers should be made to wait at the rear and advance only when necessary. Once their job is done, they should make a quick retreat. Yeah, see, this was my problem with that one fight. I was surrounded, basically, from the beginning. Though this sounds cumbersome, healers are responsible for keeping their fellow soldiers alive and are especially vulnerable to enemy attacks. Commanders must therefore pay close attention to their movements, for if they fall, the entire army is likely to follow suit, as we saw. Hastiness avails no one on the battlefield. In victory, caution is king. The Saltire War was one of the fiercest wars raged in the realm of Norzelia. It can be roughly divided into 3 periods. Before its onset, the Grand Duchy of Esfrost secretly contacted the Kingdom of Glenbrook and asked for an alliance to break Hyzant's monopoly over salt. Glenbrook agreed. In exchange for their logistical support and permission to march through the kingdom, Glenbrook asked Esfrost for joint governance of the source. On the day the war began, the duchy's troops proceeded through Glenbrook and declared war on Hyzant as they rushed the Holy State's capital. Yeah, so they specifically attacked from Glenbrook so they could probably get around the defenses that Hyzant probably had around Esfrost, because they probably knew they had bad relations with Esfrost, so they really made like a very, very heavy defenses up there, so Esfrost just went around it. Hyzant barely had time to close its gates, and the goddess's shield protected them from the onslaught. But their forces were unprepared, leaving them no choice but to take the defensive against Esfrost's iron might. In hopes of turning their position around, the Hierophants sought the aid of a clan that made their home in the northeastern reaches of modern-day Glenbrook. They called themselves House Wolfort. Wow, okay, so we were commissioned, I guess, by the Hierophant to help them out as like mercenaries, basically. Simon, lord of their house, heard the Hierophant's plea and made way for the Holy State with a small but elite force of warriors. Their bold attack broke through the duchy's encirclement and forced them to retreat to the border. This effectively destroyed Esfrost's hopes of an early resolution. Wouldn't the King of Glenbrook be mad about that? Regna, I guess? Wouldn't they be kind of salty? It's like, hey, we had an accord with Esfrost and you guys messed it up. I guess they can't really stop us, though. I suppose. It's our decision. We are another, house, the second most powerful one in the kingdom, so... Reminds me of the Band of the Hawk. We're basically the Band of the Hawk. The exploits of Simon Wolfort changed history. From that point forth, the Wolforts, which had been no more than a small clan in the area, became key in altering the course of the war. The fighting came to a standstill with Esfrost and Glenbrook on one side and Hyzant and Wolfort on the other. The war affected not only those on the battlefield, but all across Norzelia. Before long, the salt reserves that the duchy had amassed in anticipation of the war began to dwindle, and they realized they would not last much longer. In Hyzant, the Hierophant succumbed to illness. The Saintly Seven quarreled over who would succeed the Holy One, and the city descended into chaos. It is rumored that during the turmoil, the Roselle revolted and fled the source. Nothing was made official, but the rumor was likely true given the subsequent state of the city and the army's struggles. So yeah, they had like a little civil war of their own inside their own borders. Despite the growing fatigue on both parties, all nations involved were reluctant to retreat out of fear of public backlash, so the war dragged on. Battles small and large were waged, the fight at the renowned Citadel of the Sands among them. Details of the damages are still unknown to this day. People and soldiers of all nations suffered greatly over the 30 years that came to be known as the Salt Iron War. Whew. Okay. Yeah, they give you a lot of information about this. It is very cool, though. And none of them are too long, so it doesn't feel like incredibly daunting to read. It's always rough playing CRPGs because it'll be like, you found a book, and it's like, well, I want to absorb everything that the game has, and it's like, this book is 10 pages long, and I'm like, oh. And it's not small pages like it is here. Roland comes to Rosellan Village bearing a proposal for Serenoa. Let us go, then. Sounds like a good idea to me.
The dress measurements are finished at last. I applaud your patience.
Is it exactly as you hoped?
It is indeed. I can hardly wait to see it finished.
I am glad to hear it.
There you are.
Prince Roland. And Huette besides. What brings you here?
We were looking for you.
We inquired around Castle Wolfwort and heard you all had come here.
Has something happened?
Father has asked me to keep watch over the mines. Won't you join me?
You scarcely need ask. Of course.
A wise course of action, seeing as you will be overseeing the mining operations.
And we can present Dragan with the gifts we procured abroad.
A fine opportunity to get to know the man better. He is quite talented, is he not?
He is a man with grand visions for the future. That much is certain.
Yeah.
I shall tell you more of him along the way.
He has a ton of ambition. Some would say too much ambition, to the point where it may cloud his judgment. But we'll see.
Then let us waste not one moment more. To the mines.
I'll have the dress ready in time for the ceremony, my lord.
You have my thanks, Jerome.
Alright, let's go then. Is there going to be a battle? The mines. I don't imagine there would be a battle this quickly, right? We need a little bit more setup.
Serenoa and Frederica journey to the Rosellan village so she may be fitted for her wedding gown. The young lord gains an unexpected moment of quietude while he waits.
That's all about to end.
However, Roland soon arrives with orders from King Regna to inspect the Grand Norzellian mines, where Dragan has made great progress.
Alright, let's do it. Nothing else on the map? Not seeing anything. Alright, let's see what we got. So it doesn't give me a notification, it seems, when there's a new mock fight at the tavern. I'll have to just keep checking that.
How will Gustadolf respond to my offer? I should think there's but one logical answer. Should he refuse for some reason, I will need Father's aid. I must apprise him of the situation.
Lord Dragan, Prince Roland is here from the Crown City.
Oh good, we made it in time to stop the assassination. Whew.
What's this? Prince Roland and my friends of House Wolfwort.
you seem a bit taken aback. What's wrong? Can't we come see our buddy?
To what do I owe the honor?
Apologies for the sudden nature of our visit, Dragan. I have come on Father's orders to offer our sincere gratitude, as well as to observe the mining operation.
Splendid! The miners will no doubt be heartened by your highness's presence.
Does the mining continue apace?
Indeed it does. There are no problems to report. And what of your trip abroad, Lord Serenoa?
It was most enlightening indeed. We even brought something for you. I do hope it's to your liking.
Authentic as frosty cheese. One of my favorites.
Ooh, cheese. I love some cheese.
We thought you might be in need of a taste of your homeland after so much time away.
I have visions of this cheese in my sleep. You have no idea how happy this makes me.
It is enough to see you happy.
I am glad our deliberations were not in vain.
Dragan, I believe it was you who said the future is in the hands of the ardent youth. We are of like mind. Let us shape the future together.
Indeed. That future is close at hand.
Are you gonna spill the beans to us? I feel like you're probably not. You're just doing a cheeky little hint here.
I suspect we will reach across the border and ask for your cooperation in due course.
And I shall gladly assent.
Yes, we eagerly await your offer. Now then, I was thinking I might examine the quarry.
Wait, Your Highness! One of the tunnels caved in but a few days ago. I would advise against entering just now.
Did you not assure us moments ago that the mining continues apace?
Ooh.
The miners are working to repair the damage as we speak. It is simply too soon to allow you inside.
Was it caused by a blast?
It was, in fact. We were perhaps a bit overzealous in attempting to remove some of the bedrock.
I'd no idea your explosives were so powerful. How do you make them anyway?
I would love to tell you, Your Highness, but I'm afraid we must keep some of our secrets. What I can say is that salt is a vital ingredient.
Surely you jest.
I thought you'd be surprised. I could scarcely believe it myself at first. A gargantuan tome in the archives opened my eyes to the many uses for salt, beyond seasoning our daily dishes. And now I pass what I've learned to you, Lord Serenoa, as a token of my gratitude for your visit.
Oh? We gonna learn how to make bombs?
The power of salt.
'Tis a compendium of my research on the uses of salt. I encourage you to peruse it at your leisure.
I most certainly shall. 'Tis a most valuable gift.
Fascinating indeed. I too would like to read it when you are through, my lord.
I look forward to hearing your impressions.
At any rate, I see the sun hangs low. Shall we save a tour of the mine for the morrow?
Yes, perhaps that would be best.
Yes, of course. I shall prepare entertainment and lodgings for your party at once.
Dodged a bullet there, Dragan. Added the power of salt to notes. I know the power of salt. It allows you to fuel your rage. Mines appear to be operating apace. Perhaps I'll survey the operation more closely until my bedding is ready. Yay! Okay, so we get to explore a little bit. Let's look at the note. Power of salt. Salt is foodstuff necessary for human survival, but that isn't all it is. It has a myriad applications beyond the kitchen, and contains within it the power to change our world as we know it. In this book, I, Dragan S. Frost, have recorded the results of my research in the Grand Duchy's archives, culmination of everything I learned poring over ancient texts from all across Norzelia. For example, salting food is an excellent method of preservation, but doing so on a large scale is untenable due to the mineral's costly nature. If we could preserve large stores of food, it would be easier for people to travel over long distances, or help us trade goods and supplies in even greater quantities. Could it even become possible to explore the hitherto unplumbable depths of the Hyzantian Desert, or to sail beyond the Great Falls to the south? Even more indispensable are salt's medicinal benefits. My predecessors use what limited salt they have to conduct various experiments. Though salt's scarcity makes it nigh impossible to put their findings into actual practice, they have shown that salt can be applied to great effect in developing medicine, reducing materials such as leather or glass in animal husbandry. Their research even suggests salt can be made into a volatile blasting ingredient. I expect even further possibilities will be discovered as the research progresses, though whether research can progress remains to be seen, with the source under Hyzan's tight-fisted control, but we must not abandon hope for the better Norzelia salt could help us realize. So that's probably why the greatest healing is in Hyzant, right? We've seen, magic healing, but I imagine they also have, science healing that they probably use, and since they have access to most of the salts, they can probably use salt in healing more effectively. Someone must clear the way forward, else this new era of prosperity will die before it is ever born. What I am attempting to create will be vital to this effort. The potential of salt is the potential of Norzelia's future, and that of all of us who dwell within this great realm. Dedicate this book to all those who, like me, are striving for a new era. May it help guide us to a brighter future. Dragan S. Frost. Cool. That is a neat little compendium. Very short. Very short. But yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. Hello. Miss Frost is hard at work building a rare car that will transport the ore we take from the mines. Can you imagine how much more efficient that will make the process? Ah, minecart. Come to deliver lunch to my husband and his fellow miners. They eat like horses, and yet I still manage to make too much. Never expected Prince Roland and the Lord of House Wolford himself would grace us with their presence. It's truly an honor. I thank you for making the journey. Lord Dragan's father, Minister Svarog, is as capable a man as the Archduke himself. By all rights, he should be the nation's prime minister, and yet he's performing glorified border duty in the middle of nowhere. Can't imagine he's happy about it. Svarog, that's Frederica's uncle. If Minister Svarog is indeed as capable as this miner would have me believe, how did he end up steward of Twinsgate? Well, probably because they wanted him out of the way so he couldn't cause trouble or potentially do an uprising. It's in the information, isn't it? Yes, and I also have... Oh yeah, I never read that bottom one there about the Roselle. Previous Archduke's younger brother. Svarog is a man capable enough to be the nation's prime minister, but after losing to his nephew Gustadolf in a power struggle, he was ordered to the duchy's border to oversee its defense, nothing more than a symbolic sinecure. 30 years ago, Lord Simon granted his protection to a group of Roselle who escaped the source. Ever since, they have lived quietly in a remote village far from the rest of the domain's inhabitants. Their gratitude towards House Wolfort endures to this day. Alright, Frederica, what's up? It gladdens me to see a healthy contingent of miners from the duchy alongside your brethren from Glenbrook. Is there something in this corner? Right here. Large HP recovered. Good. I was right to come with you. I do believe we succeeded in lowering Dragan's guard. We'll be sending the ironry mine here to the consortium. They'll want to account for it all as they do with salt and all else. The mine here is under the jurisdiction of, Claris. Never met a thing he couldn't sell, that one. I see. Well, there's a bunch of stuff to pick up. What was that prompt over here? Did I just get too close to you? I think I did. Alright, so... Hello. Must have been a hard journey to get here. The roads to the mine aren't exactly well worn. Watch your steps as you return home, my lord. Despite the explosives collapsing one of the tunnels, mining appears to be on schedule. Running a mine, let alone one owned by 3 nations, is no easy task. The lack of unrest is a credit to Lord Dragan's leadership. To that end, indulge me with a hypothetical. Suppose you led this operation and an incident occurred, how would you respond? Seeing as it is a joint accord, I would resolve the matter peaceably with Hyzant and Esral's involvement. I would hear of the problems firsthand from the miners themselves. Issuing orders blindly from above leads to chaos. This is true. This is probably what I'm going to go with. Order an investigation into the cause and find the parties responsible. There must be no cause for bad blood. I would hear problems firsthand from the miners. They know more about this than I do. Too often, like, higher-ups and managers act like they know what happens on the, like, production floor without actually going there and experiencing and getting opinions from the people actually doing the job, so... Meet the problem where it lives and deal with it directly. You have a good head on your shoulders and the admirable desire to lead. However, you do not operate in isolation. Hyzant and Esfrost will see it as their duty to participate in the mediation process. Yeah, we can do that after, but I want to talk to the miners first. So it will be up to us to deftly navigate these waters. I shall bear that in mind. Yeah, I know, Benedict. You really remind me of Satan from Xenogears. Did I talk to you? I did, right? Yep. You're the one that's said that. Just want to make sure there's nothing down here in this hole. It's a little bit easier to see the sparklies here because, you know, the ground's brown instead of white. The snowy areas, it was pretty hard to see. Get me down here so I can get this. 450. Hard labor mining. I'll tell you, I don't see a man here I wouldn't want for my own army if it came to it. Yeah, they got muscular arms. And teaching the others what I gleaned from all that reading I did in the archives. Well, master the Frosty techniques, my lord. There's no shortage of practice down in the mines. Okay. How do I get back up here? I think I fell down without intending to there. Hello. Future is what we make of it, Lord Serenoa. May the partnership with your house prove long and fruitful. As I see it, the mines are merely the beginning. We have much work to do, and I pray I can count on your assistance going forward. Yeah, you probably can. Mining schedule has been added to notes. Alright. Mining schedule, there it is. Geological survey complete. High likelihood, good quality iron ore is present, though buried deep under hard bedrock, mining it should be possible with explosives. Start of trial dig. Trial dig with explosives successful. Discovered vein of iron. Start of mine shaft construction. Start of iron ore excavation. Grand Norzelian Mines commemoration ceremony. Encountered bedrock harder than anticipated. Used explosives to blast our way through. And that's what led us here. I understand a few fights broke out between the miners of Estfrost and Glenbrook at first, but such is bound to happen when two nations come together. Thankfully, they've learned to communicate. Now everything is progressing at pace. Yeah, that's of course going to happen. Stone. I can't believe just like talking to everyone and exploring the environment actually like affects my convictions. Mine itself is larger than I imagined. I believe my hawk can fly cleanly through its tunnels. Yeah, probably. Only miners past this point, sir. We're clearing rubble from a collapsed tunnel. The rest of it may be unstable as a result. We cannot risk letting anyone through. Liar. I know you're lying. The Vanguard Scarf. Is that equipment? Excuse me? Roster. So, let's see what it does. Equip accessories. It is. Guarantees first action at the start of the battle. That's a, interesting one. Who would I want to have the first... The first action doesn't really mean that much in a game like this, because normally you're not going to be close enough to any actual enemies to, you know, get a first attack on them. So... I think I'm going to give it to you, Benedict, because your speed is fairly low. It's on the lower side of things. I think Gila has the lowest. No. Who was it that had the... Oh yeah, Eridor has the lowest, that makes sense. It makes sense to me because you could use your Raging Beast and stuff immediately at the beginning of battle, which would be very, very useful. So I do want to get this. Raise an ally's movement and jump. Ooh. Okay, that's very good. Alright, I really like your buffs, Benedict. So there you go. I have money now. Can I upgrade someone? Let's see, I wanted to upgrade Gila, right? Yes, I can. So I can increase your max HP, your defense, your magic defense, or your evasion. I think I'm gonna do your max HP. I just need you to stay alive, Gila. So I gotta do all I can in that effort. Do you have like the most HP out of everyone now? No. Eridor and them beat you, but you do have a lot, so that's good. Alright, no more mock battles? Nope, that's it. So, alright, I think we're going to go ahead and end this episode of Triangle Tactics off here. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.